Fred?
Hey, Robin.
Hey,
Um, you've seen Daniel Gafford play for, since you guys were with the Bulls together. What's been the biggest change for him in your eyes since he first came into the league?
everybody gets smarter. He's always had great instincts, though, especially defensively. Um, he knows what he does, and he doesn't deviate from it. I mean, why do that when you're so effective?
What is he like on the court personality? I mean, I know you don't literally play with him because you guys play the same position, but personality wise, what is he like on the court?
So it's a lot of fun to be around. You can see the energy out there when he's playing. You can feel it. It's contagious. It's fun to be around.
Ava?
Hey, Robin. We've asked you guys kind of variations on this question before after you've struggled with kind of teams at the bottom of half of the conference. But what felt different tonight against the Pistons just in a really strong second half?
I think we were consistent. Our focus didn't waver too much. Whenever they made a small run, I thought we did a great job of regrouping and refocusing.
And in your pregame tweet about your outfit, is the factory you were referring to Cheesecake Factory?
No. It was not Cheesecake Factory. I've had my shindigs at Cheesecake Factory, but I was referring to Andy Warhol's factory.
Okay, that's a really different factory. So I'm glad that I asked that question.
No, we should specify certainly.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Fred?
Hey, Ish.
Oh, really?
You've been you really consistently been making a lot of shots since you came back. Has anything changed for you on that end of the floor over the last 2 weeks, or is it just a case of shot making and that's it?
So when I was hurt, it's crazy. It was a blessing in disguise. It truly was a blessing. I remember that me and Corey Gaines, my guy, I had Corey since I was in Phoenix in 2013. And the only thing I could do was shoot in the chair. And so, as you guys know, I think last year, I shot a high percentage from three, but it was a little janky. Let's call a spade a spade. It was a little janky. Mid-range wasn't, it was fluid, but spotters was a little janky. So we broke some stuff down and wanted to make it a little bit more smoother and easier. And so shooting in the chair helped a lot. And I just think now it's just becoming a little bit more fluid and a little more easier. And so that's all I could do. So I think it's been the work we put in and it's came to some fruition. But I think we all are kind of making shots. I don't want to just look at myself. No, we're all making shots. We're all playing well on the defensive end. And so it's been a tribute to guys playing with confidence, putting in the work, and just hitting strides at the right time.
And I wanted to ask you about Daniel Gafford too. Like you guys have all talked so much about what he is as a lob threat and how that kind of changes when you operate as pick and roll. Defensively, does he change at all with the way he defends the rim? Does he change the way that you defend on the perimeter at all?
Absolutely. When you got somebody that's a rim protector back there, you got somebody back there that protects you. And defensively, you can climb into your guy a little bit more and force him to the basket. So obviously, he's helped our defense tremendously. We've gotten better on the ball as well. But yeah, Gaff he brings so much element, not just a lob threat, not just a rebounding threat, offensively and defensively. He does a great job of protecting the rim, showing out on screen and rolls, and all those different things he does is so valuable and mobile, big, is athletic.
Ava?
Ish, I think the last time we talked to you, you mentioned needing to get the team's swagger back. Where do you feel like you guys are on the confidence level? Obviously, having won 6 of the last 7 now. And was that something you guys were able to do before you started the run? Like, were you feeling confident even before you went down to Orlando? Or did that just come with the wins kind of naturally?
Yeah, well, the first question, we're confident, but we're still humble. We know we have a long, long way to go, and so it's something that obviously winning, you gain more confidence as you continue to win, but we still got a long, long ways to go. So I'll probably say we're confident, but we're constantly, humble and pushing and pressing for the next game, the next possession. And now, so when we went down to the trip started, what was it, Toronto? Yeah, tough
Tampa,
loss in
Toronto.
Toronto. I think, it was a real to come back against Orlando and bounce back. Obviously, we had guys that was out in Toronto, but to come back and bounce back and to win Orlando kind of, jump started that road trip and we had a strong road trip and just kind of riding that wave and playing it all the way through. But like I said, we got a long way to go.
Yeah, you just touched on that a little bit, but how do you personally handle this time of year when you guys are kind of watching the standings and in the running for the play-in tournament stuff? I assume you're doing everything physically the same, but what about the mental part?
The middle part, you just gotta do what you can do. Ava. You just gotta win the next game. And I think if you win the next game, obviously we need some help. But if you do what you're supposed to do, I'm a firm believer of controlling what you can control. And so all we can control is the next game and the next game, and we can control that by winning the next game and winning the next game. And when we do that, who knows? Might not even have to play in a play-in game, but we got to control what we can do, control what we can control, and if we do that, we'll be all right.
Thanks, Ish.
Uh-huh.
Neil?
Hey, Ish. Obviously, you guys had won 7 of 8 games before. Now you guys have won 7 of 8 again. What's being said in the locker room, either by Russ or Brad or whoever, to try and, be consistent and keep that going instead of how you guys had the fall off previously in the season?
Next game, keeping the same kind of mentality. They've been in the game for so long. They've been conference finals, conference semifinals, all-stars. They've seen it all. And so for them, they saw that we got a little too high when we did win the 7 out of 8. And now they're keeping us a little level-headed in a sense to say, it's the next game, next play. We ain't done nothing but what we were supposed to do, and that's to win the game. So I think the biggest thing is being confident. Like I tell Ava, being confident, but staying humble.
Thanks, Ish.
And Chase?
Ish, I know you and Russell Westbrook go way back. What's it been like to see him play the way he has lately, especially with the way this season started for him?
Yeah, man. Me and Russ go back since freaking high school. Man, Russ is playing well, man. He's playing at a high level. Obviously we go as him and Brad go. And so they've been both playing at a high level. We just got to do what we got to do. But, it feels good. It looks good. And I'm happy for him playing at such a level he's playing at. Russ is special, man. The dude just got a motor. He just don't stop. And so to see him playing at a high level, him and Beal, that's what we got to do. That's what we need. And the cast behind, we got to play as well, to keep it going. So, but yeah, he looks good, man. He's doing what Russ does.
And Brad the other day said that, he's not too worried about the scoring title, but he's locked in a pretty close race with Steph Curry, who had 47 tonight. They're really close. He may not be paying attention, but as a teammate, are you guys kind of aware of it? And what do you think it would mean as his teammate to see him pull it off?
Well, I think it's an accomplishment. I don't care what you say. Having a scoring title is an accomplishment. But I'm going to tell you something. And I tell B this all the time. He's standing right here. I ain't going to lie to him. Dude is the easiest scorer I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, we'll be sitting there watching the game and B got 33 and you like, it's the third quarter and he ain't even turned it up. And so whatever the case is, I think we can do both. I think he can get the scoring title and we can continue to win. And we need him to score at a high level. So with all that being said, he keep doing what he's doing. He'll get that, and we'll continue to win games and get to the next level.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Listeners.
Neil?
Hey, Brad. First off, I listened to that Monica song. It's a good song.
Great song.
So I noticed Russ was waving to the upper deckers, and so I realized this might be the first time that you have had some friends and family, play in front of you guys this season. Just what did that mean for you to be able to hoop, yesterday and today in front of some familiar faces?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It was great. Like you said, we haven't played in front of our family and all year. Granted, they were in the upper deck, but just knowing that their presence was there is always motivational and supportive. You have somebody there that always has your back, no matter if you're playing good or bad. And so it's. Last night I had my boys here, and tonight wifey and my brother came, and his wife too. So it's been great. We're happy. We're happy that we're starting to let fans back, and our families are a part of it.
Fred?
Hey, Brad. With the way that Gafford is able to protect the rim, does he change at all when he's out there? Does he change at all the way that you stylistically defend on the perimeter?
No. From the standpoint of we just don't easily let guys go by us, if that's what you mean, so he can block shots. No. I mean,
Well, I guess what I was more specifically getting at, I was curious if you felt you could be more aggressive, maybe going into passing lanes or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, we still want to be solid as much as possible because we don't want to take the risk of possibly putting him in foul trouble if it comes down to it. But I mean, he just does an exceptional job of just going vertical and using his length to his advantage. But to your question, we still can't just give up straight lines. We're bad at that as is, so we can't just leave all that pressure up the gap to handle for us. We still gotta do our jobs in guard.
Chase?
Brad, Ish was obviously out for quite a while, and now he's been back and seems like he's lighting a spark. What was missing in terms of his impact that you guys now have in your rotation?
I mean, Ish is crafty. He pushes the ball, makes or misses. He's able to get 2 feet in the paint, create plays, create shots for everybody. And he's a pest defensively too. So I think we just needed that burst of speed, his pace to the game. He gets everybody moving, gets everybody shots without even having to call plays. So he makes life easy on the offensive end for sure. We definitely missed him. We missed his leadership, and then his just IQ for the game. He doesn't get sped up. I mean, he's fast as is, but he doesn't get sped up. He plays at his own pace and he makes the right decision.
Rich?
Hey, Brad, Dwayne Casey a little while ago was saying how basically your team has taken on Westbrook's personality, his intensity, his toughness. Is that more and more this year, or was it always there this season?
Everybody has a little bit inside of themselves, but obviously it takes for you as an individual to be able to come out and showcase it and partake in it each and every night. And Russ does that. That's who he is. I think I heard Ish say it, like he's just full of energy, ready to go, always a winning mentality. And he's going to play extremely hard every single time he touches the floor. And it's so surreal to be able to see a guy who plays as hard as he does still have that type of energy, still getting himself up, ready to go. But it's motivative. It just, like you said, Rich, it just trickles down to the rest of us. We kind of embrace that. We embrace where we are. We embrace, who we think we can be, our style of play. And then, Russ's just attitude towards the game. He's gonna bark at you and yell at you if you're not ready to go. So you can either step it up and hoop or hear from Russ, one or the other.
Ava?
Hey, Brad, this might be related to what you were just talking about, but you guys have attributed so much of the recent success to having a healthy roster. But there were times earlier in the year where you struggled against kind of bottom half teams when you were fairly healthy. What felt different? What was different about nights like tonight?
I don't know. It's definitely growth. And it's a lot of it's on the defensive end, just accepting challenges, being more in unison, and obviously clicking. There's a lot of new faces at the beginning of the year, a lot of adjustments we had to make, adding guys on the fly, guys being hurt, COVID, and all that. So we have probably a lot of excuses, but we We've had another streak. We won 7 out of 8. We've done so now. So it's, we're showing that we can put it together. And obviously it's just having healthy guys and just playing hard, it's not just one thing that we can just really point our finger to that we're doing exceptionally well. We're figuring everything out. We're growing, as the year is going on.
And with this part of the season almost feels different, like from us, our perspective, people who watch, just because you've got the play-in stuff after you win your games. We get to see what Steph does, and we get to participate in the scoring title stuff. Does this feel fun compared to kind of other moments this season where it felt like a drag? You guys were still testing everything like that, or is it all the same to you?
To me, it's still the same. Obviously, my main concern is trying to get this playoff push and get us in as best as we possibly can. And that's all I'm concerned about. I just want to help my team win and focus on that as much and best as I can. That's the only important thing at this point in time of the year.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Last question, back to Neil.
Hey, Brad, I think it was the first quarter when you guys were going to the foul line, Pistons were shooting, and you were telling Denny something, I don't know, a tip or, something to correct. I guess, what has that been like, just your teaching process with him this season?
It's been great because he accepts every ounce of, criticism of, just offering a helping hand, advice, whatever the case may be. He's open to it throughout the game. He's not going to bark back at you or think he knows everything. He's a very receptive rookie, and he's had his ups and downs. And I always just try to tell him, just embrace every one of them. I mess up a lot during the game too. I was like, just look at me. Like I may mess up a closeout. I may turn the ball over. I said, but I'm not going to stop playing. I'm not going to. You have to continue to, do more throughout the game. And, he's done that throughout the year. He just continues to stay engaged, understanding that this year is going to be a year of growth, and it has been, and he's done exceptionally well with handling it, because we've thrown him into the fire plenty of times. We've made him guard some of the toughest guys in the league, and he accepts it, so sky's the limit for him. We just need him to continue to stay level-headed and keep growing.
Thanks, Brad. Enjoy the day off.
My man.
Thank you.
Get many days.